Tonight we're going to be talking about making money as a broker. And I've put B quadruple R there because we're going to leverage the BRRRR method to help us build and scale our business without having to chase after deal. We're going to leverage the BRRRR strategy and how that works to build a clientele base where we can fund their deals, both on the purchase side and when they go to refinance. So for those of you that are already in real estate and you are familiar with the BRRRR strategy, then this is going to come as second nature for you. If you're new to real estate and this is your first foray into the business, don't worry. This sounds like you're already taking a 300 level class. I'm going to break it down for you. Okay. All right. So what is a loan broker? Well, we're going to be the plug. Okay, we want to be the guy. We're a consultant. We're going to be connecting people that need money with the people that have money. We're going to collect the paperwork that's necessary for the people that have money to give the money to the people that need the money. We're going to coordinate the transaction. We're going to make sure that all of the pieces come into play. We're going to strategize with our third party partners to get the deal funded. And once the deal is funded, we can earn 1 to 3%, maybe even more of the total loan amount. Now, 1 to 3%. You guys want to sit here on a presentation to learn about 1 to 3%? Well, if you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, you can potentially millions of dollars, you can see the potential in this. Okay. It's thousands of dollars every transaction. Just 1% of 300,000 on a typical fix and flip. That's 3 grand in your pocket and you could charge more. All right. So who am I? My name is Hard Money Gary. I fund real estate deals all across the country, helping business owners build and scale their rental portfolios as well as get into flipping houses. I do that by funding their deals through hard money and DSCR loans. But really, I'm a husband and father. I don't sacrifice my time to earn a check. This business allows me to control my schedule. I work with who I want and when I want. I cut my teeth and got into the business back in 2018, working for wholesalers. So that's where I was able to get trained and master the investment style transaction, where everything from going out to the properties, walking the hoarder houses, negotiating with the sellers, and getting the properties under contract. And then also dispositioning the contracts, selling those contracts to real estate investors. From there, I saw how all of the pieces came together and where everybody was making money in the transaction, because when a real estate deal happens, you're moving hundreds of thousands of dollars from one place to another and everybody's getting paid. Once I understood that concept, I was like, okay, maybe this is a place where I can own my piece. I got my first rental property back in 2020. I cheated. I was close to the action. I was already working for wholesalers, so a deal came across our desk that was in the area that I wanted to get invested in, and I wanted to go buy this rental property. It didn't need all that much work. We just needed to spruce it up, and then it could be rent ready. So I followed the BRRRR method. That's buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. This is where I met my first hard money lender. There's a guy that I met at a meetup. I had saved his business card for just this same opportunity. Whenever I thought a deal would make sense, then I needed somebody else's money because I didn't have all of it on my own to close on the property and rehab it. And then, I was going to figure out the rest later on. What ended up happening is I found this deal. I went to the hard money lender. I said, hey, I got this deal. It's in Coatesville. We're buying it for $54,000. How much can you fund towards the purchase and the rehab? He said, I'll give you 90% of the purchase price and 100% of the rehab. You just need to bring the cash needed to close. Okay, well, I only had about $20,000 to me, and I thought that that would be a little bit risky. So I went out to my network and found some other people that wanted to throw in on this deal. They trusted the fact that I was already close to the action in wholesaling, and they took a chance on me. So I borrowed 20,000 from a friend of mine, and I used that 20,000 in conjunction with the hard money loan to close on the property. We fixed it up, and then we got the property rented. Now I need to know, what am I going to do? I owe this on this hard money loan. I can't be in this loan forever. It's a short-term loan. What am I going to do? That's where I found a DSCR loan. It's a 30-year permanent financing that I used to leverage the property. I borrowed against the property based off of its income, the rental income that was coming in. I was able to borrow up to 75% of the property's new value. I told you what I bought it for. I bought it for 54,000. We put about $20,000 into it. So all that I had cash available to me. Then we were able to get a new appraisal at 120,000. So I was able to pay off the hard money loan, pay off my friend that I borrowed the 20,000 from, and put a little bit of cash extra in my pocket. From there, I was like, okay, I see how everybody's making money in this transaction. I don't want to be in wholesaling forever because I can't handle the emotions of talking to all of these distressed sellers. It's tough to get a deal. You know, the checks are nice, but it's tough to get a deal. I kind of like the business side. I'm already talking to investors. There's already people, cash buyers in my network. Why not help them get funded for their deals? I know who I got the hard money from. Why don't I just pass them along? And so a few years later, I opened up my own company and we started brokering these loans. In 2023, we earned $105,000 worth of commissions. And in 2024, we had over $165,000 worth of commissions just in brokering hard money and DSCR loans.